Hi boys and girls! Today I'm going to read you our story of the week, which is actually all about owls, which does not have an N in it, which can be kind of tricky, but it's a fun book and it's going to teach us some things about owls. You can see my Christmas tree in the background. So one little bit of Christmas we haven't taken down yet. Our big tree's down. That's the last piece to come. I'm going to put the iPad on the ground because it's a big book. So you know at school I always read the big book on the easel. It's really hard to read it to get it balanced. So I need to sit on the floor. And here is our cover. And it says owl. O-W-L. See how they grow. And this book, as you can see, is going to show us real pictures and teach us some things about owls. So we're going to learn what's called its life cycle. The life cycle just means when an animal's born, and when it's a baby, and when it gets a little bit bigger, and then it's a grown-up. So let's learn about owls. Some really neat pictures in here. Back it up so you can see. Just hatched. I am a barn owl chick. I am heading out of my eggshell. I chip around the shell and push myself free. So this is a barn owl, it's called. This is my mother. I will snuggle under her soft feathers to help keep myself warm. So this is what the barn owl looks like, all grown up. It's pretty. And a barn owl, where do you think it might live? In a barn, right. So it has white feathers around its face. It's a tan color. But this is what it looks like when it hatches out of the egg. Does it look cute and fluffy? No, I don't think so. It hardly has any feathers on it. So it uses its little beak, and it cracks, push, and out it comes. Okay, turn the page. Little brother. Oh my goodness, look at that owl. I am now 1 week old. This is my little brother. He has just hatched. Mom watches over us. She hisses when there is danger. We run and hide under her wings. Sometimes we get very tired. Shh, my little brother is sleeping. So look at them. They are covered in teeny tiny feathers. Those are called down. They're very, very soft. So down feathers are soft, tiny feathers, and it really keeps the baby owl warm. So this one's a week old, and the brother was just hatched and looks like the one we saw on the other page. Do you see his eyes? Yeah, not really. They're there, but they're covered with those down feathers. Move it over. Look, there he is. His eyes are starting to open. So when they're first born, their eyes are closed, and they stay closed for a couple days before they start to open. And one day they'll look like mom, but not yet. Time to eat. Now I am 3 weeks old. I can see now. My legs are strong enough to walk and jump. Does he look kind of different? Look how big his feet look. Very large. Still has lots of tiny, soft, fluffy down feathers, but its eyes are big and open. My brother and I are hungry. Dad is hunting for our supper. So, just like baby people, they can't go get their own food. So, the dad's going to go get it, one of the parents. So, here's the daddy. Look, here's Dad. He brings us lots of tasty things to eat. Those are big claws on the dad's feet. Yeah, the babies are getting them too. I guess it makes sense why their feet look so big, right? They're going to grow up to be big owls. Isn't that a pretty picture? It's starting to get its big feathers. It's very fluffy. And then you can tell it's a barn owl. You can tell by the shape of its face. All right, let's take a peek over on this side. It says fluff to feathers. I am now 6 weeks old. So 6 weeks is about a month and a half. So that is all of December and some of January. So it's a good amount of time. I'm 6 weeks old. My wing feathers are starting to grow through my fluffy white down. I look very handsome, just like my dad. So there's the big feathers growing, the wing feathers, so that they'll be able to fly. They didn't say they could fly yet. Out of the nest. I am 8 weeks old. That's about 2 months. And my feathers are growing fast. Now I am ready to leave our nest. I hear sounds around me that I do not know. I twist and turn my head. Look at how those owls can turn their heads. Isn't that neat? They can turn them so much. And its feathers are getting bigger like mom and dad, and its face looks more like mom and dad too. My wings get stronger every day. I practice flying from branch to branch. So he's learning to fly. Look how big those are. And this owl is only 2 months old. When baby people are 2 months old, they are still babies, and they're not walking, they're not crawling, they're not doing much, but animals grow faster. Flying high. I am 10 weeks old, so that's about 2.5 months. Now I can explore on my own. Each day I fly higher and higher into the air. Now it looks like it's mom and dad, right? When I reach the end of my journey, I land carefully. Something really cool about owls is that when they fly, you can't hear them. You can't hear, even though their wings are so big, when they flap, it's silent. On the wing. I am 12 weeks old and almost full grown, so that's 3 months. I hunt for my own food now. I glide silently through the air on my long wings. So now the owl is getting its own food. And when it can hunt for itself, that's a grown-up. Oh, so it shows us everything. See how I grew. So it shows us the pictures. First, it just hatched. 1 week old. 3 weeks old. 6 weeks old. Look how much taller he's standing. His legs are strong. 8 weeks old. It's getting a lot more feathers. 10 weeks old. And 12 weeks old. It's full grown. When that owl can fly on its own and go get its food, then it can live by itself. Barn owl facts. So there's another picture of a barn owl. Where do barn owls live? In barns, of course. They live in other buildings too. They also live inside holes in tree trunks and in caves. This one. How big is a barn owl? A barn owl, a grown-up barn owl, is about 18 inches high. If one were standing next to you, it would be almost as tall as your waist. So it would be above your knee. So if you stand up and put your hand down, an owl would stand all the way up to your hand. That is crazy tall. That is a big bird. That's taller than my book here. How long do young owls stay with their parents? Young owls stay with their parents until they can fly. Once they fly, they can hunt for their own food. Owls don't need their parents after that. Are you wondering what barn owls eat? Barn owls eat lots of mice. They eat other small animals too. Like most owls, barn owls hunt for food at night. You might have known that. The owls come out at nighttime. Maybe you know the fancy word for that. Nocturnal. All right, now this one's a little bit different, and we'll talk about it during the week. What sound do barn owls make? I think you know. What sound does an owl normally make? We always think, hoo, hoo. But guess what? A barn owl says, screech. It doesn't say who. It's kind of disappointing. Some owls definitely say hoo, hoo, but not the barn owl. The barn owl, and that's what those red letters spell out. Screech. I have some owl sounds at school saved on our smartboard, and we'll check them out and listen to them this week because it's kind of cool. And there's lots of different kinds of owls that live around here and all around the world, and we'll share some of that this week too. So I hope you enjoy learning about owls, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, boys and girls.